influencers or people involved per se, but more so the media attention. I think is the same reason why Andrew Tate got banned, and a lot of decisions that YouTube or Twitch make that are outside of TOS but still come down hard is they don't like media attention that's negative. And I think once Pokemon and all those folks kind of started speaking on this issue, I saw Forbes articles, I saw a bunch of major news networks picking it up.
CNBC and a lot of other networks were going to cover this, and I think that they were pushed against the wall. But what I'm referring to is the decision and the policies they decided to enact. That is what upset me, because it didn't seem like they were going and saying, okay, what should we do here? What's consistent? What makes sense? It seemed like they just grabbed what these streamers were saying and put it into a fucking document and released it. Because it doesn't, if you read that thing, it really doesn't make sense if you care about the kids and gambling. It doesn't make sense at all if you read it. It makes no sense. Stop detecting anything. They banned 4 sites of gambling and everything else still fucking exists. Like, it's too much of a coincidence for me, and that's the only reason I'd ever be...
What's Pokemon's motivation to get gambling banned but not hot tub streaming banned?
Well, I think hot tub streaming and gambling are a bad thing to put together. I think when you try to get hot tub streaming banned as a result of gambling getting banned, I think it actually weakens the argument for gambling not to be banned. I don't think those two should be together whatsoever. I think it should be a conversation and argument on its own.
What's your motivation to get gambling banned?
Well, I hear you. It's a little, that's a deeper, more complicated, and
slowest train I've ever seen.
There's 2 trains of thought, on this. One is going to be that on the outside it looks good. It's a PR move. Her content is like family-friendly content. From Train's perspective, people are a little bit more personally geared towards kind of shitting on him, and Train probably feels that way because there's kind of a history. Yeah, there's kind of a history of like certain types of content getting popular on Twitch because of Train, and then everybody shitting on him for doing it, and then later on everybody starting to do that content after shitting on him for doing it. So for Train, it probably feels a bit more
history of it. Yeah, there's a history of it, and they've always, it's the same tactics they pulled on this, right? Like they found some, they found like the avenues they attacked me on gambling. They did the same thing for things that are of lesser danger, such as me watching episodes of Gordon Ramsay on stream, right? They came at me in terms of, oh, I'm taking from the networks. And keep in mind, these are like socialist individuals telling me I'm taking from Fox Network and giving to my viewers. You think about that argument and you will laugh real fucking loud to yourself. Like, it makes no fucking sense, that I'm stealing, that I should be sued and put in jail for stealing this content. And then what happens a year later? Each of them all watch the same network and the same shows on their own streams without any fucking shame. It's been a repeated behavior year after year after year, and in my opinion, it's because these streamers, they are building, and if not have already built, a monopoly on Twitch. It's why you see streamers like Kai, like Gideon, like Aiden, Your Rage, you see them not getting the credit and not getting the same tools in these inner circles as streamers that are willing to give a piece of their pie to these larger creators. Those guys did not, and you'll see them being excommunicated. You'll see them getting blacklisted. You'll see them getting pushed out, almost pushed off the platform in terms of the exposure they could be receiving. Yeah. But if you look at a streamer like Tarek, he was jumped on instantly, right? And he was given access to all of those tools alongside, a backing that only sped up his growth. Right, so if they have a piece...
that's the case, or is it just what people are tuned into? Because personally, like, I know
it's the case.
No Rage, Kai Sinat, Speed, like, all those guys, I know them, but, like, I'm not trying to sound disrespectful, but I only heard about, like, XQC and you and, a lot of these other Twitch streamers through Destiny. Like, I wasn't tapped into that. I didn't even know. When XQC debated Tate, I had no idea who he was. Train, I've heard Destiny talk about you, but I've never seen your stream before. Is that really the case, or is it just what people are tuned into?
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying there is a avenue you could be accepted into where you're being branched out into every direction, right? But there's a reason it's so split. There's a reason why certain individuals and certain streamers are only being tuned into by certain groups, because they're being attacked and blacklisted by the other. You understand? That's why it's so split like this.
Click on, Twitch, and that's
yes, there's a big click. So yeah, whether you're welcome into it or not is determined, or is based on whether you're willing to give a piece of your pie up, right? And that's what I think all this is being driven on. If you're somebody that is outspoken and you don't match that, they will push you out, and that is what's going on. It's just on a deeper, dirtier level that no one can comprehend, unless you're behind the scenes.
It's like the fucking YouTube meta too, right? But you got those like Minecraft
Yes.
Like, it's just that one small community. And once you're in the community, I mean, you're raking in the fucking cash. If you're out of the community, it's like a fucking union. It's weird.
I think what you were saying earlier in regards to like how the sports betting aspect of it is absolute hypocrisy is very true. But I'm not. I think maybe what confuses me is like when I see you being so surprised by this, I feel like the same way when Corey Kenshin came out with his video complaining about YouTube and how they set things up. I always say these platforms just operate on a basis of they want to make the most amount of money. So if they align themselves generally with certain creators, it's because they're advertiser friendly. They won't give them bad press. And so when they're aligning themselves with these people, the reason why
I promise you what they made from ads just from me alone would be a shocking number to you. Believe me. Like, this was deeper than a money. Like, that's what confuses me, right? Like, this was.
But you say yourself. You say you're not child friendly. You say that yourself, right? You say that you're not necessarily family friendly. So can you understand the difference between someone like you and one of the other creators who are in the other group who are much more appealing to advertisers, or when they're doing their pitch decks? You know, like when they're doing their pitch decks to get advertisers, they're putting the face of, you know, Ludwig or whoever it might be on the face of that pitch deck. They're not going to put your face. The reason being is they understand they're marketable in that regards. Kai, I think, is regarded as the biggest streamer on Twitch, or maybe the second, top 3, whatever. And he doesn't get that kind of love for Twitch, and I think a big part of that is because of like the whole family-friendly aspect of it. Or Speed, you know, the young 18-year-old, he's killing it from what I've heard of on YouTube. Even though I don't watch him myself, I know he's got huge numbers, but you won't see YouTube actively advertising him that way just because he's not what they would consider as advertiser-friendly.
Train, do you think that there's going to be an awakening? Do you think that now that a lot of these fake woke people got exposed for having doing a bunch of nasty shit behind the scenes, that there's going to be a hunger for real creators and real people? Because like I hear the way you talk, you don't have a filter like a lot of these fake woke people like Hassan or Define or Pokimane. Do you think that Twitch people are just going to actively keep going to those family-friendly, perfect people, or are they going to get fed up with this fake bullshit?
No,
and try to seek out real people?
They're not going to be fed up until the only way they get fed up. It isn't any large creator going at another large creator. It isn't any of these nasty things happening that you're seeing now happening. It all comes down to one thing. It's the general public. Once the general public gets to a point of social awareness and social intelligence to see beyond and past, because like you and I, or you and those of us on the call, we know what the clean PG-13ers actually are for the most part, right? We're not talking about the PG-13ers that are actually PG-13 on-stream and off-stream. We're talking the ones that are off-stream dirty and on-stream PG-13, right? We know what they are behind the scenes. The problem is, even when we say things like this, the general public does not. They truly believe these are like the heroes and the good people. They want them to be. They need them to be. You understand? It's what keeps their own perspective, their own realities that they live in, their metaphysical reality. It requires these people to be the good guys, and it requires people like me to be the bad guys. So that's why things like this that you see that are happening and unfolding, they won't change anything. The only thing that's going to change something is for the general public to somehow gain the social awareness and social intelligence, whether that's over time, give me a sec, whether that's over time or whether that's through some sort of event, for them to be able to see through.
Is it an event like that? Isn't this an event for a social awakening? Everyone getting exposed?
It's not, because there's a difference between an individual and the general public understanding the character of somebody that would do this versus somebody doing this and, oh, that's just one bad person. They're not understanding that this is following a general pattern. I don't believe they're socially aware or socially quote-unquote woke enough to see that and realize, holy shit, wait a second here. Let me ignore my instincts of this person looks good and sounds good, therefore he is good, and this guy looks bad and sounds bad, therefore he's a villain. Let me ignore that instinct that I have deep within me, and let me actually look at the actions of these individuals. We're not there yet as a society, and that's the biggest problem in my opinion.
Albert, what do you think it's going to take to get to that point? I thought that something like this, everyone on Twitch getting exposed, gambling, it's a fucking mess. I thought that this was something like that, and I thought that there was going to be a horde of Twitch people coming over. Personally, I'm getting a bunch of gambling people giving me offers right now, and I've been asking my chat if they think it's okay. I have a lot of religious people that watch it. I think it's okay to stream gambling. I think you should tell people that they need to make decisions for themselves. But I'm curious to you, what do you think is going to make that shift?
Money. I think that's the only thing. These corporations don't care about values or anything. whatever they purport to care about. That's why they'll allow people with all kinds of bad rap sheets and terrible things to go on, provided they're ad friendly enough or whatever. So to them, it's just, is it bad press? And if it is, then you're gone. So you ask me what's going to change it, it's going to be where the money goes. That's all
guys. Yo, I'm so sorry to interrupt. I need to go to dinner real quick. I'll be back. Yeah, I love you guys. It was great meeting all of you. Yo, Muda, I'm happy I met you. You seem very well spoken. All of you seem pretty well spoken, actually. I'm fuck it. Love you guys. Peace.
Cheers.
But what do you think is gonna make a shift for that money to go in the right place? How is it gonna change? What's gonna make that shift again? I don't understand what's gonna turn the money.
I think you need like a really huge event, something much larger than this. I mean, you know, if you had a huge issue concerning some of the largest creators engaged in like really nefarious stuff, then maybe you can have a conversation. But you know, 1 or 2 creators, you know, even this whole Miskiff thing, as bad as it is, it's probably going to be gone a week, 2 tops. So it's really not large enough of an issue to.
Bro, they're just gonna forget what happened after a weekend.
Exactly.
After a week, yeah.
You need something big. You need something like Adpocalypse, where I think like they found out there was like a bunch of Nazis or whatever on YouTube, and then the news had to jump on it, and then it changed everything on the platform. You need big events to happen, and that the news will cover. Unfortunately, it just doesn't seem like mainstream media wants to cover.
What
a lot
if
of
it came out that Pokimane was a sex trafficker?
Bro, you wilded.
Okay,
you wilded.
That would change everything. Yeah.
Would that be the shift that we need?
Yeah, I'm not even gonna.
Okay, I'm back. What are you guys screaming at each other about? Jesus fucking Christ, guys. Why?
I don't even know. What if it came out that Sneeko linked kids? Like, what are we talking about?
If Sneeko did what, they would all believe it. But Destiny, you have her phone number. Can you fabricate some iMessage, Photoshop, make it seem like she's a sex trafficker, post it on Twitter, on your alt account. Then she gets exposed, then everybody comes to YouTube and we all make that.
Pokemon is the only person that my kid knows that makes me popular. Okay? I don't know any of his Minecraft people, so that's an important connection. Okay? I'm sorry.
Can I ask Nico, what is your obsession with her?
I have an obsession with her? Every fucking bitch that I talk about, like, once in a while, they have an obsession.
No, I've been on, like, 7 streams with you, and her name has come up every time. I don't know, another...
Pokemon is like, she's like the representative of, like...
Don't have it. If I have an obsession with somebody who I talk about too much, it's definitely Lasanabi, and that's just because he reacts to me. Pokimane only comes up when I'm talking to Neon about how he sold out.
Oh, it took me a second to fucking parse together Lasanabi.
Welcome to the YouTube channel.
I was like, wait a minute, hold on.
Tanya is a very Ethan Define. You'll learn. Hey, I definitely, chat, do I have an obsession with Pokemon? Come on, Abo. You're making me look bad every time you talk to me.
I'm not trying to make you look bad. I just, every stream I've been on, Pokemon's name come up, and I'm like, bro, I don't even...
I mean, would you? I would.
Would I what? Bring her up every conversation?
No, would you?
Stop. Hey, chill. Jesus, I'm trying to not do fucking incel shit on my fucking stream.
It's not incel.
I'm happily married, bro. No.
It's incel shit. She's like one of the most successful streamers on the platform, runs a ton of successful business shit, okay? We're not gonna talk about fucking her on stream. That's fucking weird. Stop.
I said, would ya? I said, would ya?
Stop. I would enter a business relationship.
I'm so fucking sick of this, bro. She gets everybody canceled. She gets gambling banned.
Bro, she doesn't even get people canceled. She doesn't even do shit like that.
Most like you, if you say anything, no, she's a good person and she wears curly hair sometimes.
Hold on, listen. Hold on. Stop, hold on.
If she could get everybody canceled.
Okay, not twice in a day. I'm not gonna handle this. Hold on. You are children as fucking all of you here, okay? None of you motherfuckers.
Why are you throwing me in there?
You guys need to stop talking to me like this scared of getting canceled shit, okay? You don't know who the fuck you're talking to. That's what you're accusing me of, okay? You're too young to say shit like that.
I'm saying you're scared of getting canceled.
Chill.
I'm saying that you are being a shill for the narrative right now.
I'm not shilling anything. Hold on.
Yes, you are.
Bro.
What I said was, would you?
You're a bot. You're a bot. You're being a bot right now.
Because, don't talk about Pokemon. You can't have...
You can talk about Pokemon all you want, just don't talk about fucking her.
Why not?
Because it's weird.
Is it weird?
Yes.
It is weird. That is
Why
weird,
is that weird?
bro.
Because she's
weird.
Because she's an accomplished fucking person that's done a ton of shit, and to just reduce her to like a fuck object is fucking weird. I don't want that on my stream. You can do it on your stream. Talk about it all you want on your stream.
I'm not even trying to do the whole like, but you didn't think it was wild when you were like simulating fucking another woman, like another creator? You didn't think that was wild, bro?
Look at Destiny laughing at that though. Wild is funny. I'm sick of that. Whoa, she's an accomplished individual. So this is how we joke when we're not on.
Stop. There's a lot of shit that's funny. Okay, I watched a white student do Call of Duty the N-word and he got chased at like 500 miles an hour. That's funny. Doesn't mean I would do it on my stream. Okay.
You should.
No.
Entertainment. This is what we're supposed to be doing. Entertaining.
Hold on. Nico, here's the problem. Here's the problem. I'm definitely flexible on a lot of stuff, but you're not in your living room. You're doing this on a public platform whilst also wanting YouTube to pay you out ad money, okay? So you have to understand, it is to some degree somewhat of a workplace. You can't just say anything on it. That's not the way the world works. And if you don't like it, that's fine. But don't be mad if other people don't want to be around. That's crazy.
No, hold on. Wait, I appreciate Abba. I appreciate that. But also, to be clear, I just don't. It just sucks that for every woman creator, the only thing that's ever talked about is you can fuck them or not. I don't even give a fuck about ad revenue. I just don't want that to be my stream. Fuck.
That's why she's attractive. She's a very well-accomplished. She has a lot of power.
Yo, Buddha, stop. You almost sound like you're reading a script when you say that shit.
Bro, what do you mean? That's what bro, that's what it's coming out of my heart.
Money, I love my platform, and she's good too. Don't come for me, Pokimane.
I don't think a Pokemon has ever gotten somebody canceled before. Has she?
I mean, they would probably reference like
the Gideon stuff.
Gideon,
but didn't Gideon do some kind of like dumb shit? I'm not saying that he deserves to be fucking permabanned, but like.
No, he didn't. I'm not gonna repeat it. I'm just sick of everybody having to censor their sense of humor for fucking Twitch. And
there's a lot of things you can joke about. There's a good sense of humor in a lot of different things. We can joke about all sorts of things, okay?
Like you weren't saying the N-word for years playing Call of Duty, and now that you got a platform.
No, I didn't say the N-word for you. I said the F-word. I played RTS, okay, not Call of Duty.
Now you don't even say the F-word anymore. Bro, this is how we joke around with our friends. If there was no stream, I'd be saying the same thing. Yo, did you smash Pokemon?
Bro, hold on. It's different with certain types of words because there are communities that take shit there's communities that are way fucking different, okay? Look at what I go on fucking Fresh and Fit. Half those motherfuckers hate me because I'm fucking bisexual. You think I want to be engaging in fucking homophobic humor around those people? That's fucking wild, dude. Like, half of that chat would unironically call me a fag if they saw me in real life. Why the fuck would I joke about it in front of that audience? That's fucking weird, dude. I'm not gonna do that. Holy shit. It just depends on the community you're in. If we're joking, like, between you and me personally, yeah, of course, I'm gonna say some wild shit. Obviously, we can talk about all that shit personally. This is a little different on stream, though. A little bit different. A lot of people watching. My kid might be watching. My kid's future wife might be watching. All right?
And hopefully...
Or future husband.
Is able... there you go. Okay? Or a polyamorous relationship. Hopefully they're able to understand context, they're able to understand jokes and streams, that this is here, not everything is a fucking political speech. We don't need to go like defend. We can just joke around sometimes, man. It's
yeah, we can. Anytime you want, we can joke.
Okay, how late until we can start making bisexual jokes in Destiny?
At least 4 a.m.
Okay. I'll call you back at 4 a.m.
Call me up at 4 a.m. I'll call the jokes.
Oh my god. How's life? How are you doing, Sigurd? How's life going?
I was good. But can I add Nick Fuentes to the call? I'm playing.
Hey man, hey, listen, you're the one who's afraid to be in the Senate. I think you're the one who doesn't want to add to the call. You know what? I'll call your bluff. No, shut the fuck up. Bring him to the call.
Shut the fuck up?
Yeah, bring him to the call. Bring him to the call. Do it.
Do it. Okay, Jack. Nick Fuentes is the ad right now.
Do it.
Can I even add people? Do I have permission? I'll add him to the call if you tell me if you would smash. Okay, would you smash or pass Pokimane?
No, do it.
Well, okay, I'll add him.
You want to be in the Senate so bad again. You were the one who's terrified.
Would you smash or pass Pokimane?
Why would I? Why are you asking?
Because you asked me to add Nick Fuentes, get back in the Senate. Would you smash or pass Pokimane? Answer my question if I'm going to add Nick.
Bro, I'm not going to tell you who I'd smash or pass anyone on this platform.
I'm not adding Nick. You add Nick. Can you add Nick Destiny? I don't have permission.
No, their whole community fucking just got one of my fucking friends banned on fucking YouTube by spam reporting his shit. I'm not adding him. What the fuck?
I'm FaceTiming him right now.
FaceTime him. Go for it. I'm still salty over that, and he's fucking being weird about me. Yeah.
I thought you got his account back. What account did he get removed? The YouTube and that's it?
Well, both YouTube channels. Both YouTube channels. Nothing crazy artistic, and I don't even my Twitter account got fucking nuked by Keppel's community, so I can't even tweet out in support of his shit anymore.
Weren't you writing a fucking manifesto on it or something last time?
Listen, we don't talk about the manifesto anymore, okay?
Oh man, I was looking forward to that.
Careful, Sneaker. Last time you FaceTime somebody on a panel, it was really bad.
I don't think he hear you.
Oh man. Anyway.
So I actually want to ask you. I want to ask you too. YouTube is a business for me. All right. Of course, there's a personal aspect to it where I share my personality with people, but obviously, there is a code of conduct that you have to maintain online to some degree. You can't just say anything you want. You can't just share all your opinions. You can't just show every aspect. Right? I can't get naked on this platform. Can't show myself. Can't do a lot of different behaviors, and we all agree on this. Where do you guys think the line should? Where's the line for you in regards to how much of it is business for you and how much of it is just you as a human?
If you want to get to the Senate, that's when it's like, oh shit, maybe I need to go on a farm in Tennessee.
So it's hard. There's two different ways I think that you can change yourself. One way is you show different sides of yourself, which I think is appropriate. And another way is you compromise yourself, which is inappropriate, right? So like, let's say that I'm gonna meet like a girl's like father or her parents, right? I'm going over there for a family dinner, right? I'm not going over there rolling in with like my Destiny tier, super aggressive humor, looking to like fucking shit on everybody, fight with everybody. I'm not gonna do shit like that, right? But I don't think that means I'm fake or I'm compromising myself. But like, in other words, or like for another example, let's say that you're on stream and somebody asks you like, what's your opinion about something? And you are,
please be careful, please be...
Jesus.
Hold on.
Okay, let's say somebody asks you like your opinion on something and you start changing your opinions to like appease a crowd or something. That's different. I don't ever do that. Okay.
Hey, Albert, you call me pussy, right?
Hey, listen. I heard that big disclaimer where you're like, oh, please don't say anything terrible. I don't want to end up in the Senate. Okay. Please, just don't get me in trouble. Please.
What's your take? Is Destiny gaslighting me for saying that being played in the Senate is not a big deal?
Yeah, he is gaslighting you. And, you know, I saw this on Twitter, people posting the clip, and I think I actually watched it live, and he said, well, you just grow up and realize that it's not a big deal. It is a big deal, and I talked about this on my show last night. Look at the drama that's enveloping Twitch right now, where it's a beef about gambling. And we all know that Twitch is a streaming website really for young people. Like, it's a very young audience. And the biggest content on Twitch is softcore porn and gambling. And
both of those statements are false, by the way.
They don't talk about that in Congress. But we go on a stream and I give ideas and, you know, Destiny could sit there and say, it's extreme to say the Jewish power is real. Well, you know what it is. And people talk about that all the time. You know, high-ranking academics like Mearsheimer and Stephen Walt wrote a book about it years ago.
Why would you even cite Mearsheimer when every single thing he said about Ukraine and Russia has been absolutely wrong? Every prediction that he's made about foreign policy from 91 and onward has been completely and totally irrelevant. Like, why would you even cite this guy anymore? Like, dude, all of your academics are...
Wait, let him finish his point.
Oh, okay, my bad. Yeah, we're just gonna say fake thing after fake thing after fake. Yeah, go for it. Okay.
Nick, can you finish?
Sorry, go ahead.
I didn't get to hear the end because that's when he started.
Sorry, I started black. My bad. I got triggered because you were saying a bunch of bullshit. Go ahead.
Hey, Muda, I know you didn't sign up for this. Congratulations.
I'm in
I like how you turned off the lights.
Like, oh, this is normal and mundane. Like, no, it's not. There's nothing normal about what is going on with social media.
It's disgusting.
Whatever you want to advertise in front of Congress, put it up in the corner of your guys' screens right now, okay?
He said he was spreading fake news.
What do you mean? Me on my show? I'm spreading fake news?
No, right now, because he lied about Ukraine, so you shouldn't source it.
Who lied about Ukraine?
The guy who wrote that book.
Oh,
Yo, this is truly the most scuffed thing I've seen.
Wait, hold on.
Mearsheimer is one of the most respected foreign policy academics.
University. People that he doesn't agree with and doesn't like, well, they're fake news. They're extremists.
Yeah, Destiny's the only one that disagrees with his foreign policy analysis. True.
That's not some extremists. There are real extremists out there. John Mearsheimer's not one of them. That's the point.
I didn't say Mearsheimer's an extremist. I think it was stupid. But regardless.
Right, Nick, we gotta limit how much time we have on. We got the strike and Destiny's with 3D, so we'll talk soon, all right? Thanks for coming on, bro.
Wait, what the fuck is this about a Senate hearing? He's putting us on what?
So there's a clip that showed up in the Senate. There was this long judiciary, and one of the clips was of Nick Fuentes going off about some stuff, and then Sneeko in the back singing and dancing "Do Jew Do" or something like that. Yeah.
I love Jews though.
Stop! Hold on. New rule for you, Sneeko. Right? No rule for you. You are not allowed to make fun of any religions on my stream until you make fun of Islam. After you do that, you're free to make fun of whatever you want. Okay?
Look at his face. Look at his face.
Oh, brother, you gotta
I want you to point to fucking Mecca right now, and I want you to get that. I want you to get that shit on stream, okay? I want you to get that shit on stream. Then you can go at Jews with that same energy. But unless you're willing to do that, none of that shit. None of that shit.
Put it on TikTok.
They're not gonna come for us. They're gonna come for you.
Wait, the Muslims?
Oh, they already came for him. They said his ass straight too. They said, "Yo, you ready for that jihad, brother?" And then this man was looking over his shoulder every day. Anytime he saw a beard, he said, "Mashallah, brother." You know, praise be.
Drop some jokes. I'm pretty serious.
You're a peaceful Muslim. Oh, I am never joking about Islam again. I learned my lesson. Fuck no.
But isn't that you self-censoring? Isn't that you self-censoring and not?
Yeah, hell yeah, bro. I'm not trying to get Charlie Hebdo, all the Abduls and Ahmeds in my thing. Like, I'm gonna tie a rope around your neck.
Listen, hey, listen. Sneako's Andrew Tate 2.0. Okay, he's ready for twit longers. He's not ready for fatwas. All right.
I mean, you know, listen. I think there's pretty. It's fine. You know what I mean? Just do your thing, Sneako. I want you to be happy and free.
No, that's it. I don't have anything to joke about Islam. It's a perfect religion, very peaceful. They're very accepting. I have nothing bad to say about that. Nothing but love for all religions. I love all religions equally, actually. I love Judaism, Christianity, Islam. They're all great. They're all great.
Base religion lover.
Love God.
What's your best base here? Which one's just a little bit better than the others?
Oh, Islam for sure.
Absolutely, dude.
Yo. I keep seeing this meme in my head. You know, like those cucked porn videos where Sneako's just sitting in the corner and there's a Muslim man just fucking his values.
Ain't you an ex-Muslim, bro? They don't even like you, Abba. Look at you getting out all your hate for the fact that they call you a fake. What are you eating?
No. They don't call me a fake Muslim.
Oh,
they call me an apostate, and I 100%. I'm a proud apostate.
You got excommunicated from the fucking religion, so now you go call me.
How can you get excommunicated? I left you when I was a kid.
You tell me. They don't jack you no more, bro.
You're acting. Hold on. You're acting like I ran up on the mosque and they're like, nah, you refuse your ID. Like, no, I just don't believe. And I've always said this on YouTube videos, and I say it all the time. They never come for me. What Muslims come for?
I don't know, man. There were probably 11 dudes in a Charlie Hebdo place that were like, we're good.
I've actually made videos critiquing a few Arab cultures and Muslim practices before, and I never had any issues. So, nah. That's great.
Wait, Muda, I thought you said you were moonful, Muda. I saw a clip on your podcast. You were calling you and that guy with the fucking with the gamer thing. It was podcast of three. You the white guy with the hat. That's you?
Yeah, that's me.
Oh, okay.
What?
You guys had some.
That's a fucking rapid description, bro. What the fuck? Okay, with the hat.
Related to me. Wait, I don't know. It was a fucking animated thing. A white guy, and you guys were calling.
There you go. That's it.
You guys had a lot of tasteful words to say about me.
Oh, shit.
I don't even remember what I said on that. Yeah, we probably were just like, we were probably just like fucking, I mean, some of the shit you said, I mean, yeah, I definitely will say some of the shit you said was...
Destiny, it's pretty disgusting when you're implying as if Muslim equals terrorist fucking hypocrite. I'm not implying that. I'm telling you that there are parts of the world. Wasn't Charlie Hebdo, wasn't that place in France? Where they published that thing that was either making fun of Allah or Muhammad or some shit, and they got a fucking terrorist attack? I'm just saying, chill, okay?
Hold up. Don't bring up the first offense because when they were talking crazy about me and I went on the podcast, Myron acted like he had amnesia and started stuttering when I called him out. So don't pretend like they already know how to answer the call.
No, I wasn't trying to diss you. I was trying to say like, this guy's taking zero accountability like the women.
I also say this for somebody who's really about free speech and all this stuff. I think it's kind of crazy that you sucking off Fresh and Fit when they try to DNC 100 channels. So you crying about censorship, your homeboys that you be up with.
Abba, did I not call him out? On the first podcast I went on, I brought that up.
Wait, whoa, who's DMCAing? What the fuck?
I'm just saying, you guys talk about free speech and Red Pill is all about letting people speak their truth. And these guys are the antithesis of that, so I think it's kind of hypocritical.
I did call him out for that the first show we went on. I don't agree with that. I think their fans don't agree with that too.
hold up. It's not. So I'm gonna push you back a little bit. You guys make it the ability to have a free platform one of the most important tenets of your fucking mantra, right? You guys think it's so important, and I'm with it. Fantastic, I agree. That's why I didn't try to counter do anything. I didn't hit up YouTube saying they were unjustly doing this stuff. I didn't do none of that. I think they should have their platform to speak. But you just calling them out and saying that's fine, or you saying, look, you shouldn't be doing that, and then just leaving it at that. To me, it's kind of sus when they have, as actions against dozens of creators, done something that you find is incredibly
What do you want me to do about that? Genuine question. What do you think I should do about that? I called them out. They like went around. They explained why. It's like I don't agree with it. I told the producer about it too, and he said like, okay, well, when people lie, blah blah blah. You know, I said my piece. They didn't do it to me. What do you want me to do about that?
I mean, hey, that's completely up to you. But anytime
you're calling me a dick rider, so what do you want me to do?
But this is what I would say. Anytime that you come to me after the fact and start talking about unfairness when it comes to deplatforming and stuff like that, I'm just saying the people that you kick it with and that you're really close with are in the business of deplatforming other people. I would look at Destiny the same way.
That twice now.
What you mean? I get the critique.
I understand that. I told them that on the first show I went on. I'm asking you to give me a solution. What do you think I should do? I should not fuck with them because they did that?
No. So that's for you to decide. I'm not trying to tell you what you should do. I'm not trying to prescribe anything. I'm just saying that I'm going to look at you funny if you kick it with folks who are in the business of deplatforming other people. And I heard this. Have they apologized for anything they've done? Have they said that anything was wrong? After trying to DMCA and deplatform 12, 15 channels?
No, I don't think they have.
Destiny doesn't want to even talk to me. Well, let me make sure I'm not paraphrasing. But I'm pretty sure I heard Destiny say you didn't want to have conversations with them after you got platform.
Yeah, I'll figure out when it's hard, but like, yeah, because it's like, it's kind of like nuclear weapons. Like when people start wheeling out that shit, it just fucks everything. And I feel very strongly about it. And it's hard. I can't condemn Fresh and Fit because I don't know why they're like DNCA can be legitimate sometimes. It just depends.
It depends if you just steal their content and just.
It was legitimate right? though. It was like people making like reaction videos to them,
and critiquing them.
Oh shit! Was this a long time ago at least, or?
No, this was in last year.
Kind of okay. Last year, like in January or December.
Bro, it wasn't long ago. It wasn't long ago.
Because we're pretty far into this year, okay? Because last year could be almost 2 years ago. I'm just saying, you know. It's...
All right, listen.
Chad, DMCA is copyright striking.
Go ahead.
Yeah, it wasn't that long.
I mean, it really does depend on what you got, but if it's just like a reaction to it, right? Like, no, that's fucked. I mean, that's the kind of shit we should actually discourage in the community, right?
Yeah.
Like the abuse of the DMCA system, because it happens in like every community. It happens all the time and shit. Just like a few months ago, there was that like dipshit Quantum TV just like straight up dropping like fucking DMCAs on people.
The abuse of the retard word when you can't give me one reason why I'm retarded.
What? Huh? Wait, no, okay, give me the point, exactly what I said, okay? I'll defend whatever I said.
You called me retarded, and you cannot give me a reason why I'm retarded.
Bro, I don't know, some of the shit you say is fucking retarded.
Name one thing.
I don't know, you're like Andrew Tate, like, esque things, alright? Like, fuck.
It's not one thing, you're just saying general things. Just say one thing I said was fuck.
I don't know, bring up one of your beliefs, okay? Bring up one of your beliefs and I'll call you retarded. Okay, bring up a belief.
You feel strong enough to call me retarded on the podcast, and you can't give me a reason why I'm retarded.
Okay, hold on. Huda, I'll give you some alley-oops.
Okay, yeah, give me some dunk.
No, suck my dick, Abba. No.
Alright, Abba,
Let him sit in that.
Hold on. Hold on, as an Indian, let me outsource Abba. Give me some fucking pointers here.
That's some snake ass shit, bro. You know that's some snake shit right now. I'm trying to make him be accountable for his words, and Abba has to swoop in. Abba, why do you hate me this much, bro?
No, I don't hate you, and actually, I got so much love for you, so it's completely the opposite. But I'll say this:
if it makes you feel better, he'd probably do the same for me.
Oh yeah. I mean, listen, Sneeko, you catching him off guard. You ask him about something you thought you said was stupid a while back.
Not off guard. You went on a podcast to call me retarded. That's not off guard. He's asking. Oh, it was long ago. I don't remember.
When was it? It
was the title of the podcast. The title. They put my name in the fucking title, bro.
When was it?
3 weeks ago. 3 weeks ago, top.
Yeah, Muda, you gotta hold that out. You gotta.
Bro, I don't even title the podcast. Let me check it.
That was 12 days ago.
Let me check it. Hold on a second.
Not even 2 weeks, bro.
No, it is actually 2 weeks. You gotta ask Destiny. We film a week ahead.
True. Okay, there you go.
Okay. So Sneeko, I'm with you. I can't help him. I got you.
Yeah, let him sit.
Yeah. If it was 3 months ago, I would help him out. 2 weeks ago, he got a whole better.
Right, let me look through this whole thing.
See, Sneak, I'm fair.
All right, that was fair. That was fair. Yo, Ab, I got Salim coming through. Do you want to go and talk about how you guys are ex-Muslims?
Nah, I'm good. I don't know who's Salim.
Salim from No. Come on, you know, talking about the other Ethiopian.
Oh, there's another one of us on the platform.
You know Salim the Dream?
Nah, I don't know what that is.
The guy who be fake sneezing on people?
That's weird.
I'm surprised.
There's got to be 2 Ethiopians on the platform, and one of them goes sneezing on random folks. That's weird.
Yeah, it's you and him. That's it.
Shout out to Salim, man. Listen, I like to see Ethiopians win, even if they're sneezing on people.
Look at Buddha doing research right now to tell me it's on.
Bro, I'm not doing research. I'm playing Factorio, bro.
What a fucking loser.
I'm playing Factorio.
Bro. I told Destiny about this shit. I like Factorio, bro. Come on now.
So Sneeko, when people hear a lot of the stuff that you say, you can't imagine there's reasons why they would like strongly disagree with this shit.
I think that they hear me yelling and they call me retarded, they call me insane, they put my name in the title. There's a new clickbait video about me every single day, and it's not frustrating, but it's predictable. And they never really have a reason why. I gave them an opportunity why I'm retarded. You can't have one reason. But if you feel strong enough about someone else's opinions to say that guy's retarded, I'm sitting
Bro,
there.
okay, all right. So you obviously okay. Hold on. You obviously
watched.
watched the podcast. Which part did I call you retarded? And tell me.
It was like 2/3 of the way in. I was surprised.
Two-thirds of the way in. Give me a time code. You obviously feel so strong when you tattooed this
My
fucking
name is in
time
the
code onto
fucking
you.
title.
Okay, well, what's the fucking time code here? What's the
Whatever
exact
the time
point? I
code
need
was,
to know.
the guy who sent it in
What
my
the? You
Discord.
said 2/3 in, so you feel so strongly. So fucking tell me what part it is, and I'll fucking.
You realize
okay,
that's
let's
a
go
dumb
into
question,
it.
right? You don't
How's that
genuinely think I
how's that a
remember
dumb
the
question? How's that a dumb question?
You don't
Alright,
genuinely think that I remember
if
the
you know
minute, right?
which part, yeah, I actually do believe you think. I actually do believe you know the minute because if you feel so strongly about this, point out exactly where it is. I'll go right
Timestamp
there.
the video.
I'll listen to it for like 30,
It's
maybe
your
a minute, get the
podcast.
full context.
Click your timestamp
Bro,
and
do you
watch
think
it
I
back.
edit it all? Do you actually think I edit it all? Do you actually
No,
think
I
do it
clearly
all
don't do
myself?
any work on this podcast.
No,
I
actually,
don't know the shit that
yeah, I kind of go. Yeah, I actually just go on there. I do like a million other things, Sneeko. I'm not you sitting up here talking to Destiny and like streaming all the time.
yeah.
Okay, I got a million other things I gotta do. Okay,
My name in your fucking
I got
title,
a
bro.
bunch
I
of
ain't
other
never heard
shit
of
to
you.
do, bro.
You got a bunch of other
millions
shit.
of dollars
Just
to
put my
fucking
name in
make.
the title.
I don't have
Okay.
time to waste
All right,
on
all right,
everything.
all right.
What the
Hold on, can I hold on, wait, can I offer a middle ground? Wait, as someone, chill, everybody chill, hold on, okay?
Evidently, I am pretty
chill,
fucking
hold on,
busy,
wait,
so point
this
out the
happens,
fucking thing to me,
this
yeah.
happens a lot, okay? I do this a lot, okay? Sometimes I see something for somebody, and I'm watching it, I'm like, man, this guy's fucking retarded. And I feel that way, and I feel strongly about it. But sometimes somebody will come at me like a week or 2 or 3 or 4 later, like, bro, you call me retarded. And I'm like, well, fuck, over what? And you're like, well, I don't know, you tell me, why do you think I'm retarded? I was like, fuck, I don't know. I was probably watching something at the time that you said was really retarded, but I don't always remember exactly what it was. I think it's fair to be critical of Muda and say, hey, if you're gonna call me retarded, you need a good reason.
I agree.
That's fair,
think,
but
like,
wait,
point out where it
let me
is. That's what I'm
fucking
saying.
finish.
Point out where it is.
Hold
I'll look
on.
into
I'm just saying
and
that
listen.
just give him a chance to prepare. So like, hey, I want to talk to you about what you think I'm retarded, and then organize a time to talk about it. That's all I'm saying.
He's too busy making millions of dollars.
I actually am, yeah. I really am.
A lot of money.
A lot of fucking money.
He's very
I got
busy
a lot
playing
of shit to run.
Factorio. He's got to play Factorio and run businesses. So,
Dude, absolutely. I gotta de-stress a little bit with some factory building, and then I go back to making money, bro. It's important. It helps me like figure out what I'm gonna do the next day. Helps me like map out my mind. Yeah, it's a thinking man's game, bro.
Okay, just so you all know, you guys need to calm the fuck down because you guys are legitimately gonna get salty as fuck with each other. You all are fighting all the time. These types of things,
Bro, I
don't-
forget
they're
about
not
this
supposed
shit
to
like
like each other.
I literally forget
Yeah,
about
I
this
know,
shit
but I'm
like
just
a
saying.
day later.
Okay, we'll see. 'Cause
I care.
every time there's a group of people that get together, they start fighting. Like there's like 2 weeks later, there's gonna be some serious
Listen,
shit.
I've learned in life it's easier to just forget about shit and move on with your day. If you hold on to it and you remember it and you fucking stick to it, you're gonna fucking burn yourself out, dude.
you'll remember this though.
So listen, all right? At the end of the day, you know what I'm gonna do tonight, Sneeko? I'm gonna personally watch your entire list of your content. And you know what? If I fucking agree with what you're saying, like, let's say you fucking click into my head, all your shit makes sense, I will bring you on. I will be like, listen, I'm gonna take the L. Sneeko's a fucking intellectual.
A top
okay?
G
I'll
for
fucking
real.
put you up. No, dude, exactly. Top G. I'll smoke a cigar right here with you. I'll fly you the fuck out. We'll go on a yacht. We'll smoke together, dude. Oh, so wait, hold on a second. If I bring you on, listen to what you have to say. Fucking hold the L. You're still not. I'm not even inviting you for that.
So bring you on.
Who said I invited? No, I'll just listen to your shit. I'll fly you out, listen to you out. We'll just do something between each other. Fuck.
Hold on. So
What the fuck though?
So wait, hold on. I don't know. No, hold on. When confronted with a person that's willing to like change their beliefs and listen to you, now you're fucking backing out. What kind of beta bitch shit is that?
I'm telling you right
now. What the fuck?
I'm telling you to tell me right now. We're talking face to face. I don't need to be flown out by a gamer. Tell me now why I'm retarded. You can't, so we'll move on. I'm never gonna listen to your podcast again. The only reason I heard about it was because my name was in the title and I clicked on it.
Okay, well, evidently you clicked on it, fucking went 2/3 into it, and can't remember exactly why I called you retarded. Okay, apparently it traumatized you. It traumatized you so much. Some fucking gamer called you a retard, and it traumatized you so much. You're bringing it up constantly, but you can't remember what it was.
Who brought it up constantly? This is the first time I've ever
Bro,
talked about it.
It's you. You're the one that keeps doing it. What the fuck?
This is the conversation about it. It's the first time it's been brought up in the conversation.
Listen, all right. I'm gonna listen. Point out exactly, what the part is in the pod. I'll listen to it. And if I still think you're retarded, I'll say you're retarded. If I don't think you're retarded, then I'll walk it back. There you go. I'm giving. There it is. Just bring it on.
Words. You're making me do research on the words you said on your podcast.
And I could give a fuck. And I could give a fuck.
All right. I think we got a free solution. Okay. He's gonna watch it afterwards. And maybe make a reaction video on it, and he'll call you retarded on his main channel. You guys can go back and forth from there.
If he's not too busy running the Fortune 500.
That is, if I'm not too busy running the multiple Fortune 500.
Jesus Christ.
What the fuck did it have to do with this conversation?
Can we just...
You keep pressing me on time. Evidently, you got free fucking time. I don't. Like, I literally do not.
You're playing Factorial.
It's a few free hours today. Otherwise, I got shit to do, bro. Like, other than that, like, my life is busy.
You seem extremely busy right now.
I think you two would not agree on anything dating related for the most part.
Never.
I can see you guys agreeing on like anti-establishment stuff.
I'm a traditional man, woman kind of fucking guy, and this, I don't know. Are you that kind of guy, Sneeko? One guy, one wife, that's it, one person, one partner, have a bunch of kids, be traditional, is that you?
I'm a traditional man, yeah.
Traditional, like fucking, that's it. Just gonna stick with one woman your whole life, have a bunch of kids, do things the right way.
No,
praise God.
Yeah, traditional. We've been talking about Islam here, but you can have 4 wives there. That's a conversation for another day, obviously.
Yeah, you can have 4 wives in Islam, but you have to treat all of them equally. Are you willing to do that?
Of course I am. Why you meat watching them?
24 hours a day. Are you willing to spend an exact 4, like, split amount with them?
Crazy meat watching, man. I can take care of my women, man.
All right,
hold on.
do it.
What is your biggest disagreement with some of the stuff that Andrew Tate says? You have to pick like 1 or 2.
With Andrew Tate, I don't know. I just believe like the whole idea of like, I don't know. I just can't get around with people that appear to just be sleeping around. They treat women like they're fucking just some sort of like, fuck of the month and move it on with. Like, I'm just one of those guys where like, if I find a woman, I stick with them, because for me, like, being with a woman is not being with them like sexually. It's being with them for life, like fucking having like a relationship, something to build something from, Because sex is cheap. Sex you can get anywhere, but like building a platform for stability in a future is totally like rare, especially in today's day and age.
And just before anyone replies, Luna, you said you were against the platform, correct?
Yeah, I'm against anybody being deplatformed. I think their ideas should be challenged. Like, we should be able to sit in a room, and if he's going to tell me women are property, it should be very easy to disprove that women are not property. Women are not simply just tools designed to breed children, and that's it. Like, women are more than that. They're human beings. They have, like, wishes, desires. You unionize with them, you come together in order to, do things that you normally couldn't.
See, Sneeko, there's probably some agreements you guys have. So it's not all retard stuff. Good things too.
Call him a retard. I don't know why you advise that one.
You probably would have called him a bot.
You call me a bot just for saying that. Come on, let's be honest.
You would call him a bot.
For that, no. Maybe for
the relationship, you probably would have called him a bot.
No, I don't call him bots on the relationship. But mostly the booster shot energy.
I'm sorry.
God,
you guys just trigger the fuck out of me. Fuck. It's like you just say everything to trick. Dude, vaccines are literally the single best invention we've made in all of human medical history. And to see people get sucked into shitting on them, just like
you're lucky my dad is actually fucking lose it, bro.
Wait, is your dad an anti-vaxxer?
My dad's a doctor. He fucking hates anti-vaxxers.
Well, I told you give me booster shot energy, so there you go.
Yeah, boo. As in what? You're not dying of fucking like polio when you're 2 years old or something? Is that the type of energy? Like you don't have like fucking rare diseases? That you don't have fucking measles or like mumps or rubella? Like
battle royale, dude. Oh shit.
Yeah, I have a guest going on now. This has been fun, but we'll talk. We'll talk. Muda, if you actually want to talk, on a panel again, I'm on Destiny stream sometimes. We can talk. I want to figure out if I'm actually retarded. That was, the ABBA. Fun.
I love you, brother. I love you. I swear. Hold on. Before you go, I really do. I want to make money for this. Anytime I'm giving you any advice, whether you take it or not, I don't. It's up to you. I just don't want to see you get deleted off the platform because I want you to. So
I won't.
Honestly, I really want you to be okay, right?
Hey, you have a good night tonight, Sneeko. Fucking, we had a little thing over here, but I don't want you to go without like fucking, just.
I gotta go. There you go. Drive my short bus to the grocery store right now and figure out.
I can drive you in the Lamborghini. Just come on over.
How are you gonna hate on Andrew Tate and this guy's been flexing his money like Lamborghini and millionaires? Well, I don't know.
Pretty sure he's doing it because he knows it triggers the fuck out of you, and I think it's.
I think you're allowed to flaunt your wealth if you only have one wife.
Bro, I don't think triggering a Lamborghini is all that much. If you want one, just go out and buy it, bro.
Dan, did you enjoy seeing Nick with us on?
Did what?
Is Dan still here?
I think he's in the background playing Hearthstone.
Bye.
I love you. What? Jesus. Can we? Okay. Is everybody here okay with everybody?
No, I like that, dude. I like it. It's not a big deal. It's whatever.
Christ.
Content, dude.
I mean, Destiny, we have people that go through the various opinions. It's very natural.
I think I like that. Like, it's good to have discussions like that. Like, I mean, everyone like
discussion.
Okay, but like
some parentheses around
that.
Like
the last 10 minutes. Listen, the last 10 minutes, I have great respect for Sneeko because he listened to my entire viewpoint without interrupting.
People will shit on Sneeko, and he says some wild shit, and I'm obviously gonna agree that he says some wild shit. But the number one thing, and I'll fucking give Hitler himself respect for this. If you can actually listen to people that disagree with you and like fight with people that disagree with you, I have a lot of respect for people like that because so many people lock themselves in a room. So fuck. As much as I disagree with him, and I do disagree with a lot, I always have a lot of respect for somebody that will keep throwing themselves into like adversarial positions. I respect that.
And I will say, one thing that Red Pill people a lot of them have too. I got that coke. But a lot of them do have entrepreneurial mindsets. They do, and Sneeko especially kind of embodies that. He really does have his own like build your own system, build your own stuff mindset, and I really do like that in him. So yeah, just seeing someone young doing that, like there's something to respect with that. But as far as the rhetoric stuff goes, yeah, I don't think he's the best at engaging in conversation with people, but he is willing.
Yeah,
and that because when I look at the opposite. Side where they either pick and choose all their opponents to be like super well crafted for them to win, or they refuse to engage anybody else, but they always want to comment on all these debate-related topics. I prefer Sneako's side of things.
For sure.
All right, I gotta run, guys.
Be careful.
We didn't even know you were there, bro.
What the fuck? He's been playing Hearthstone in the background.
I'm playing Hearthstone, bro. I'm letting you guys talk about the all the big memes. So.
Hey, Dan, I'm buying that silo just because you told me.
Good, do it.
Dude, I can't believe Twitch has just fucking burned itself for the fucking week. That's insane.
Yeah, dude, there hasn't been drama on Twitch for a long time, and then like 3 or 4 huge things like all happened like all at once. It's been
fucking MOAB drops on the fucking platform, and it's just. But you know, the thing is, we were talking about like earlier, like Train was right. Like it is just a click at the top that it just. I don't know. If you're not like in there, you're not in there. It's
yeah,
just,
of course.
It's a weird community to be a part of. The whole like payout system though is really interesting. Like, I don't. What do you guys think about that? Like, what do you guys? Because I feel like it's really bad news for Twitch if they're fucking scraping pennies like this.
Hey man, YouTube's accumulating W's everywhere. Also, what they did with the shorts, how they're gonna have payouts of I think it was like 45 or 50% with creators. It's crazy. So I think YouTube Shorts are definitely gonna be something that because so many creators are gonna see the opportunity actually.
Oh wait, YouTube Shorts they're changing the payout structure for YouTube Shorts?
Yeah, they just announced the payout recently.
Oh.
Oh yeah, YouTube's been like, I think that's what they've been trying to do. They've been trying to push it for the last year. I don't know how like the algorithms work on it because I don't really do YouTube Shorts myself. I don't see a big benefit out of it, but like
they seem to do a pretty good job.
Okay.
Like my dude he's tried it like 3 or 4 times I think. He's gotten like a couple clips with like 2 million views, which is a lot for my channel, like out of nowhere. So it's like pretty crazy. So.
Yeah, like like there was one video that got auto tagged as a short for me, and it did like really well in the algorithm.
Opinions hurt.
Like,
50 gifted subs.
I don't
Thanks,
know. I don't know.
dude.
My content works so well for like just quick little sending out like a bite of information. Like I know it works for like all the other political channels because they just like do a quick take and it's done for them.
Sure. Or like meme shit, right? For like TikTok. How sad are you? How mad are you? If you fucked up and you worked for Vine and Vine just for some reason couldn't get it right, and now that's like the future of like online content. Like you gotta figure like TikTok is like that's it, right? You've got Instagram trying to do Reels, you've got like Facebook incorporating the IG stories, you've got YouTube trying to do YouTube Shorts. Like Vine was there in the beginning. Vine was TikTok, and they fucked it up somehow. They couldn't do it.
Vine, Musical.ly, every one of those groups, and then like out comes a company from China that just. I think like what I've learned from the tech sphere is like anytime a new project comes across, if the actual company behind it is not like an already established mega tech firm, like, you know, like if it's not Tencent, if it's not Microsoft, if it's not YouTube or Amazon, it's never going to succeed, you know? Because it's like...
You got to be careful with Microsoft too, because on the second point, the second worst example ever is Skype. How the fuck did Zoom blow up? How did Zoom destroy you? Yeah.
The thing with, like, I guess the overarching point is, like, really, you just have to have, like, a war chest to go on, right? Like, if tomorrow Apple announced that they were going to make, like, a creator platform, I would actually consider taking that seriously, because I think about all the logistics, right? Like, this is the one company that's come by. They have a shit ton of cash to throw around. They've got all the hardware in place already. I mean, fuck, if they want to, like, drop AWS tomorrow and, like, start their own shit, they probably could. And I would consider taking that seriously. Just like when TikTok came by, like, and it started blowing up, I'm like, why is everyone kind of surprised? It's like Tencent's running it. It's like China's, like, version of Google, just dumping billions across the globe. They don't give a fuck. Like, and that's why it succeeded. Eventually, like, they burned enough money, it caught on, and people joined in, and now TikTok's one of the larger growing platforms, yeah?
I would say, I wouldn't just say it's burning a ton of money. They made good moves. It's a solid program. It's not just because, well, damn, I feel like I'm shitting on Microsoft a lot. Microsoft also dumped a lot of money into a lesser-known streaming website called Mixer. That one didn't work out very well either. Damn.
The other thing, I think the interesting thing is, like, politically, so this is like as like close to politics as I've like really gotten personally, is like the idea of like data privacy laws. And it's because of a lot of these social media services that like absolutely been like I'm looking at like California's data privacy laws, the EU, Canada, everyone, and it's like everyone's just like starting to finally get into the groove of like understanding how valuable this data is and actually like forcing these companies to privatize it. But also we've come to understand that, are we really comfortable with like country X receiving country Y's information? You know what I mean? Like all their like personal data is being sent over.
The other country shit, makes it a lot more complicated.
Because people like, well, they'll be like TikTok spying on you, and I'm always there. I'm like, yeah, they are, but so is every social media service, right? Like, we're on fucking Discord right now. You think Discord's not gathering as much data points?
True, but TikTok spying on you hits a lot different than fucking China spying on you.
Yeah. TikTok spying is like, I think it's just scary to like the fucking like security, like intelligence hegemony right now in the States, because they're like the one system we haven't been able to backdoor into. Yeah, I guess like fuck them the most, right?
Well, I think there's legitimate concerns for a foreign-run app to be collecting an ungodly amount of data on U.S. citizens. I think that's an okay.
I mean, there is when you got their agents flying over into the Oracle data farms and like fucking actually gathering the information and like, or sorry, not gathering, but accessing it, right? You know, we haven't taken the information back, but our guys are coming in to check it. Okay, yeah, sure. Why? I mean, it's important to understand because, like, when you deal with these big social media services, I think by the time the next election comes by, could you imagine, like, the big debate on, like, hey, how much of these platforms and the algorithms are actually going to affect things like a nationwide election, right? Because they do have the impact of doing it, right? Like, up until, like, the Biden-Trump election, TikTok played I would say, a pretty decent, like, game at it, too. Like, I would say that for a younger group of voters, they probably get pretty swayed by what they see on social media, right?
For sure, and even in older people too. It's always going to be the funniest and most ironic thing of like all of fucking history. It's going to be adults constantly warning you as children, don't believe everything you see on the internet, don't believe everything you see on the internet. And now it's like, oh, mom's sending me another Facebook meme about how vaccinations make you magnetic.
Yeah, man, don't even get me started on Facebook. Facebook pisses me off because like I have a big chunk of family that, so when they had the COVID vaccines, my family was the first person on WhatsApp, like the fucking old like aunts were just sharing the shit around, like magnets sticking onto your arms.
Yep.
Bro, my dad like he straight up was like about to chuck his phone across the window, was like, this dumb bitch, I swear to God, if she posts one more fucking magnet photo, damn, I'm flying the fuck back. Because how do you counter that is the one thing, right? Like, I guess we were talking about deplatforming earlier, and like, should you just like remove everyone or counter them in like the marketplace of ideas? How do you counter like bad vaccine misinformation? Do you just straight up censor it, or like?
No, it's really complicated. There's just like it's a whole like lifestyle thing. It's kind of like how do you get kids educated in school, and it's like, well, they've got to eat well, they've got to sleep well, they're gonna come from good households. Like it's just so much complicated, right?
Yeah. To me, like my thing was like every time.
Well, opinions heard. Thanks for 20 more gifted memberships.
I was shitting on flat earthists, and they like had a big giant like disclaimer at the bottom of my like video like player. They were like, flat earth, a commonly like disproven like myth. I'm like, damn, this is that bad that they have to put a fucking fat disclaimer on a video joking about the flat earth. That's how many people actually believe it. I don't know if like censorship is important, because censorship fucking shuts people down, right? Because it's like the idea of like banning Andrew Tate. Maybe the guy was right about a few things. I feel like, I don't know, the closest we can get is putting like a fat disclaimer like, hey guys, here's like 90 other sources you should read through if you want an actual idea.
I like that approach to combating misinformation more than just like banning everybody. Like, yeah.
Like if somebody makes a global warming video and like fucking talks about it, then you should be able to like have like 90 like sources that'll be like, no, this is the actual facts on global warming, and it's not just from one source, it's from like 9 sources, right? Because when it comes to like the coronavirus one, right? Like when we were talking about vaccines, I've always like, and I came across as an anti-vaxxer to like a family member when I said this. So I was like, okay, when it comes to the COVID vaccine, yeah, I'm gonna get it, but I'm gonna read up like what the CDC and like the Canadian like government says, and like, you know, the European government. Like I'm just looking at what like 4 or 5 different government agencies say. And they're like, what, you're just not going to get it? I'm like, no, I'm just going to read what 4 or 5 agencies say, and if they all say it's good, then sure, I'll go for it, because I heard the words experimental, and I'm like, sure, I'll do my research. I did the research, and I went into it. Done. Like, if that alone is enough to make you an anti-vaxxer, that's also a problem, too. Like, you shouldn't demonize people from, like, just fucking looking up basic information.
Yeah, that's one of my biggest triggers is like people say stuff like oh yeah, do your own research, and it's like these people never do. Like whenever somebody does that, like do your own research, it's always somebody whose research consisted of like watching like 2 Joe Rogan podcasts. I'm like, okay, dude.
Oh my god. Yesterday, like they were memeing on me on the stream, they're like, Joe Rogan died or some shit. I was like, hey, stop. Joe Rogan. I don't know, Joe Rogan's a wild guy though. Like fucking his every time I watch his live stream, I'm like, This guy's just perpetually stoned out of his mind the whole episode. I don't understand.
My favorite thing about Joe Rogan is how much of like, or at least from most of what I've seen, and maybe I haven't seen everything, but like he'll basically be like very amenable to whoever's on his show. People like won't argue with him. He'll just be like, oh, okay, cool, tell me about that or whatever. Except for marijuana. If you bring up marijuana, dude, that guy's ready to fucking die on the hill of like weed legalization. It's so funny how there'll be like some guy on there. He'll be talking like, yeah, you know, eugenics is not that bad. Yeah, black people might be genetically inferior. I kind of feel like we should like ban weed. And he'll be like, wait a second, what the fuck did you just say? Hold on, Jamie, pull up those pep studies. Like it's like, and he'll go he'll be ready to fight to the. That'll be like some 2 hours of argumentation.
See, like that is, yeah, when it comes to like drugs or anything like that, or like DMT or marijuana, yeah, he's like a super staunch person. That's the one thing that like, when everyone's like, he's like really good at listening, I'm like, that's what he does. He's really good at listening, but he doesn't really like counter the idea, right?
Yeah.
Because when you bring up the idea, when you bring up the idea of like eugenics, right? Like, is one race better than the other? You should kind of like sit there and be like, wait a minute, this is like a really old school like Nazi era talking point. Let's whittle it on back and come at it with some fucking logic.
Sure.
Isn't it possible the reason why we like counter the drugs though? Because well versed when it comes to eugenics stuff. Because I remember, I won't lie to you, when Nick came on the other pod, like I didn't know what to say when he was talking about race realism. I'm just like, I'm not gonna just sit here and have an emotional outburst and be like, this is wrong if I can't.
Well, it's a different thing.
Go ahead.
Yeah, one is that you were just like a guest on a panel there. It wasn't your show, right? So you're kind of like subject to whoever walks in. It's a little bit different. Joe Rogan is picking who wants to have the show. But two, you could also be right. He just doesn't know as much about those particular topics. But I think that probably says a little bit about you if like the only topic you're well versed enough in to like really fight back against your podcast is like legalization of drugs.
Well,
yeah.
that, and I think mixed martial arts or stand-up comedy,
yeah,
where he spends most of his time working. Like, you know, I'm always impressed by how much he remembers. Like, he's like almost an MMA historian, and they start talking about like, or even boxing. Like, he has a very strong knowledge of that stuff. So I think he has his realms that he's very strong in.
Yeah, for sure.
But you know, I would probably agree a lot more with what you guys are saying in regards to his inability to push back if the guest that he was bringing on was just known for one thing. I remember I watched like this Molyneux, and maybe this is me not knowing enough of this stuff, but what limited I have seen from Steph, he has talked about other things other than race realism.
Okay. He does talk about other things, but he's like, I don't know if I'd call him a white supremacist, but at the very least, he's like a white separatist / white nationalist. Like, he's got videos, he did like a documentary where he's like going to Poland and he's like crying at how beautiful all the white people are. Like, that guy's pretty far out there, but yeah.
Right. I have seen Joe push back on some guests, and Joe doesn't have an option. He did push back on that one. What's that guy's name? The guy Adam hates everything. Adam loves everything.
Oh yeah. Adam ruins everything, I think.
Yeah, so I think on some guests he does, but I definitely agree with you guys. Do you think there's something wrong with that inherently?
It just depends on who you have on.
I just feel like if you bring somebody on and they bring up ideas like that, you should push back. I mean, if it's just like, it's up to, if he's platforming somebody, you should like platform a little intelligently, I guess.
Oh, never get to 50 YouTube memberships. Thank you, my dude.
Platforms can be a little, risque sometimes. And it's like, this is what. Okay, so I guess a great example is like, so Nick Fuentes in Destiny, right? Obviously, I know the history of like Nick Fuentes. I think most people do if they're from like the Gamergate era, or they like know anything about that side of culture. So Nick Fuentes, his beliefs are very, very much out there. I'm sure most people in the chat can agree that guy is fucking way far right of like far right. But let's say like if you bring somebody who doesn't know anything about his beliefs, they can very much easily be swayed by him, right? So when people always like shit on Destiny for platforming, I'm like, why are you guys mad at Destiny? If there's one person that can counter his shitty beliefs, it's the guy that understands his shitty beliefs and knows the proper counters to him, right? Because that's like, if Destiny platforms him, you'll know that there's a appropriate pushback, right? If Joe platforms somebody like Nick Fuentes, he might actually end up just fucking believing everything and parroting it for the whole fucking 2 hours, right?
Yeah, that's always kind of the worry, is if you don't push back enough, you're getting people... Like, I'm sure you've listened to some show where somebody's talking about something that you know a lot about, and the guest is like on some bullshit, and you're like, fuck, say this, I wish you knew this, or whatever, right? I'm sure it's happened before. It's kind of like that feeling.
Yeah, that's tough though, because he does have such a diversity. That's what I feel like it's such a struggle to try to push that. Like, he'll bring like on a sleep specialist, then he'll bring on somebody who's like a safari lion talker or some shit, then on the next person. I imagine it's got to be rather difficult to be well researched on
Well, but I mean, like, you don't have to be on everyone. You just have to be aware of who you're bringing on. Like, I could bring somebody on who's like a fucking like lion specialist and he lies up the ass. But like, who the fuck cares? Let's say he does, and then I'll apologize. Oh, sorry, I didn't know that. Like, I thought that lions only had 4 toes, and he said they had 8 or something, and we fucked up or whatever, right? But like, if somebody wants to come on and talk about like, did the Holocaust actually happen? Well, that's a pretty big topic, and if I don't know anything about it, it's probably pretty irresponsible for me to bring on like the leading Holocaust denialist, right? It would probably be pretty silly for me to do that. Yeah.
To you guys' defense, I know he refused to bring on a bunch of people for that reason. I think he's probably amended his viewpoint because I think back in the day it wasn't as many watching. So for him to misstep didn't have any implication. But nowadays I know he won't have like a bunch of political people on because he doesn't believe.
Yeah, it's possible. He did a lot of really.
Dave Rubin and a lot of those guys from that whole thing, like he doesn't bring them on. Sure. Dave Rubin actually cries about it.
Nice.
I've seen clips of him crying about the fact that Joe doesn't bring it back, or I think even Trump tried to come on twice and he refused. And so I think you guys are probably right in regards to him changing, at least on that end.
Yeah, I'm sure on some stuff he's careful, but like I would say he was probably the leading source of like misinformation related to like coronavirus shit and like medications and vaccines and stuff. Like I think he probably spread more misinformation than any other individual actor in the world related to that shit, which is kind of annoying. But
your dad's a doctor. And so, and like Destiny's pro establishments, I'm probably like the least one of like 2 you guys. But I'm not.
I mean, what do you mean like pro establishment? Like,
I suck off government. When a government official comes up to me, they're like, "I work in the government." I'm like, "Oh baby, I want to swallow your whole fucking load. I love you."
Yes, he believes in our government. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Why don't you believe in the government? Is the thing. Why don't you believe in it?
Oh no.
No, because I'll explain my thing. Okay, so here's why I do it and why I kind of put.
Wait. Before you do it, do you want to let Albert finish the point because he was in the middle of it?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Yeah, the only point I was getting was that you guys called Joe like the biggest spreader of misinformation. As somebody who's not the most well-researched in a lot of this stuff, when I was watching a lot of these conversations happen, I didn't feel like a lot of this was that crazy. And 2 years afterwards, after we're hearing some of the more newer reports, it does sound like to some degree some of the stuff was not all of it, but it does sound like some of the gripes and the concerns that a lot of people who were in that camp weren't all unjustified. So that's what I was going to say, but go ahead and move on.
Yeah, so when it comes to like government stuff, like I guess when it comes to pro-establishment, I just tend to believe like, so when you look at the government, it's like literally millions of departments built on each other to check and balance. So I believe because when like you have all those departments, like for instance, people don't believe like the FBI, right? Like they're like, oh fuck the FBI, they're like a corrupt organization, right? And I'm like, if true, imagine all the other fucking federal agencies shitting on the FBI for it, right? So it's like, we've created such a system in the government where like everyone just constantly has to check on each other, right? Because there's a big piece of money pie in the middle, and in order to actually gain access to all of it, they have to constantly prove their worth over the others. And there's regulatory committees, everything. The government ultimately is a group made up for the people, right? Obviously, if a government is out there that's like complete, like if you're talking about the North Korean government or anything that's like severely compromised or taken over by like really corrupt actors, yeah, burn that shit to the fucking ground and go with it. But in the current systems that we have, I mean, I think there's still enough checks and balances to sort of feel safe and comfortable that the government is still on the side of you versus a completely corrupt organization.
This guy's corrupt.
Yeah, I unfortunately I don't have that same kind of like your lot energy that Sneeko brings to these conversations. This is why when I tag team Sneeko and he do this, because I'll be honest with you, when folks bring up government stuff, I kind of lose out. If you asking me, I couldn't defend it. I couldn't come out. I'm just saying, when I see stuff, you know, they're talking about Fauci all the time, or they're talking about the lab leak theory. I'm not gonna lie, some of that shit does sound compelling to me. So that's why when you guys are saying Joe Rogan's the biggest spreader of misinformation, I'm like, I don't know. The stuff he says sounded pretty true. I couldn't defend it, so I'd have to just consider.
Yeah, that's good. I do think that, like, I think the reason why you think that speaks to a lot of the failures of the messaging from establishment people or the left. And that's that idea that, like, you know, if you want to talk about vaccine side effects, you have to be able to have an intelligent conversation about it. You can't just say, oh, well, that's all fake as fuck. You have to be able to talk about it. You have to be able to explain why are there so many VAERS reports? What are those? Why are they talking about, you know, some healthy 14-year-old dying on Project Veritas? Like, you need to be able to have those conversations. And when you just say, oh, it's fake news, ban them all, well, then it kind of makes it a little difficult to talk about it, you know? So, like, yeah, I don't, I can't disagree how you feel about it, but, yeah.
If you can't, that's why like this line of thinking becomes or exists is because like when you don't allow people to like discuss, you know, these scenarios and situations, it's just gonna like cause further division and like embolden people to believe like they're right, you know, versus the quote unquote establishment, right? Like, I firmly believe when it comes to any topic, right? Like any topic, we should be able to have an open and like fair discussion with it, because I believe that like right ideas win. You know, at the end of the day, like if you have a proper and right idea, it should be able to win in the end. Maybe that's really fucking optimistic, and I come across like a child when I say that, but I don't know. That's like the world I want to believe, and I don't want to think that I live, you know, in a hellscape sometimes.
That's because you're a fucking bot, bro.
Dude, I live in the fucking Matrix, dude. I got.
No, you live in Toronto, Canada.
Go.
You don't have a choice.
I moved to Texas. Then I can just take off my fucking bot shit.
Wait, where do you live right now? What state?
I live in Toronto, but I'm moving out to Dallas, like outside it.
Actually, I wanted to ask you, are you moving because of the bill, or are you moving for other reasons?
No, I'm
not
for
gonna lie.
reasons.
Okay, I'm gonna ask you a couple questions about that, because I'm not gonna lie. I was thinking about moving, then I look at the exchange rate. You know what I'm saying? Every time that American AdSense dollar comes in and gets that 1.3 juicy bumper, all of a sudden these taxes are so bad. It's like I ain't even really paying taxes like that. So I don't know if I want to leave. It's nice to be in a country that's poor.
Okay, don't fucking shit on us that hard.
I mean, our dollar's garbage,
Another
bro,
50
and it
gifted
works, bro,
from,
'cause
I think, Opinions Heard and
Wait,
Numbers.
Abbott,
Thank you, I love you both.
No, I live in Montreal.
Oh, dude, that's not a far drive.
I'll never live in Toronto. It's trash. No, I actually want to ask, what would compel you to move and leave? Considering the fact that one is way more lucrative to be out here to some degree. At least I think it is.
More lucrative to be in fucking Canada? Wait, what?
Well, there's I'm doing more like property stuff out in Texas and Nevada and California, so I have to kind of be there to oversee it.
You don't have to be there. Wait, hold on. You get a property manager. You're not actually physically building.
I want to be there for personal reasons. I got like a life that I'm building out there.
Oh,
he got a woman.
Okay.
He got a woman. You heard the hesitation?
Gotcha.
I
heard property stuff. You mean like a home or some shit? There's some other.
No, I got property.
He meant a wife.
Oh shit. Oh, because of the Muslim thing.
That.
That's what you were talking about.
Absolutely.
Okay, yeah, my bad.
I got 3 more, but you know.
Yeah, it is profitable, because you have to imagine every dollar I make in American dollar, which is AdSense all American, is 1.3.
No, I understand. Yeah, the exchange rate is like, really good for you.
Exactly. So it is to my benefit to stay up here.
The exchange rate's good, and if you know how to do your taxes in Canada, then you're pretty fucking well off. Yeah, I don't know, bro, but it's getting bad, dude. Like, the fucking cost of living over here is just astronomically through the roof. Like, I don't feel it, thank fucking Lord for that, but like, plenty of my friends are going through it. Like, everyone's trying to get a place, and it's just like, unless 8 people pull their income together, good luck trying to buy a closet in the city, you know?
No, I mean,
like,
go ahead.
No, go ahead. I was
going to just say that Toronto is one of the most expensive markets in the world.
One of the most expensive markets. At TikTok, remember? Like, I don't know if you guys saw that TikTok a while ago. It's like 1.95 million in Toronto will get you this, and it was like that fucking piece of shit. Like, yeah. But that's literally the kind of houses you're getting. People literally only buy it because like that house, I believe, was like actually close to like downtown Eaton, so it's like I guess it's worth it. All you do is live in a coffin and go out. Like it's like
you're not paying for the house, right? But like
exactly.
that lot of land.
Yeah, it's like people who buy like closets in fucking Manhattan because they want to live right in Manhattan and not metro into it every fucking day, right? So I mean, they're mostly spending their day outside in a fucking Starbucks coffee shop or like, you know, walking around the city or something, which is not me. Like, if you're gonna buy a fucking house, and chat should take this hardcore, if you ever come to buy a fucking house, you know, make sure it's like sizable and you can actually use it, because Jesus fucking Christ, unless you're buying it just to live in the fucking city, it's stupid as fuck. That's why I live like way outside the city. I live in like bumfuck nowhere. I've got like a village here. I've got like maybe 4 people living next to me. That's about it.
All right, I'm gonna give you. Just make sure I get the timings right. Okay. Yes. Okay. Yeah. So I gotta come back to the whole platform.
I got just a heads up. I got about.
All right, then you're gonna have to hit me. So what are your thoughts?
On the D platform. Wait, what are you asking me about?
Well, you take a very strong stance on this platform.
About which one?
The new platform that has
Oh, the fresh and fit guys. Fuck. I wish I could have a feeling about it, but I just don't know anything about it.
Okay.
But I mean, if they're like, if they're DMCAing people just because they don't like them, obviously.
Yeah, it's on tape. They basically said like they felt like people were misrepresenting their words, or they felt like people weren't being charitable or like attacking the characters, so that's why they did it. It's on tape them saying that.
That's such a shitty reason to even bother. Like, you cannot be respected in the YouTube space for doing that. And I feel like some of the blame is really on YouTube for that too. Like, the DMCA systems are so fucking astronomically easy to abuse, man. Like, when you get hit with a DMCA on this platform and this platform specifically, you are in such a loser's court, like the whole way through. It's ass, man. Like, and it sucks too because there's times where like I want to criticize or like, you know, fucking make a video on somebody, but I'm like, yo, there's such a fucking lawsuit handy. Like, do I really want to go through the fucking hassle of like getting struck and then sending out legal correspondence? At that point, it's like it's over with. That's why like I have big respect like when you cover somebody and they're like they just take it on the chin. Obviously, like there's legitimate uses like in cases for DMCA. Like if you download somebody's entire 4-hour fucking stream and just repost it, easily DMCA. Like, that's not even a fucking discussion in an argument. But like if they take like what 30 seconds out of your fucking stream and like actually, you know, apply fair use principles to it, the 4-part test should absolutely fucking be allowed to go into it. That's it.
Yep. That's exactly my, like, I don't do it anymore, but that used to be my old policy. It's like, listen, if you want to make a video criticizing me or whatever, fine, go for it. But if you just like clip a thing, put it on a channel, and then like title it some bullshit, and like that's it, like I'm just saying you fucking.
Yeah, it wasn't any of that. They targeted a bunch of commentator channels that were very quickly basically lost the wall. Thankfully, YouTube came in and said we felt like this DMCA was unjust, so they threatened them with deeply terminating the channel so they just back off. Because they did it to they hired a lawyer and they just did it. It's actually pretty common. They went on Tim Pool and Tim Pool pretty much just told them like, you guys are doing that.
Sure.
You can't do that. But yeah, considering that is a thing and you have a stance, how do you feel about how would that make you feel knowing folks around you keep trying?
I mean, if I see people around me doing it, so I'm on some fucking virtue ethics arc right now, where I try to have like a certain set of values, and I try to embody that set of values, and then I try to hardcore push it and enforce it onto the people around me. So like if I think something is important, so like earlier, I don't like that women like are treated as like fuck dolls in this arena, especially women that have a lot of accomplishments. Like Pokey has a ton of accomplishments. And after being friends with multiple attractive women that have good accomplishments, nothing is more sad to me than seeing people devalue that by like, oh, would you fuck them? And it's like, damn, dude, like what a shitty way to like, that's the only engagement you have with that content creator. So when I hear somebody do that, I'll stop it. I don't want you to do that. I don't want that to happen on my stream. Do it on your stream. I don't want it to happen around me. So yeah, like if I see people around me that are engaging behavior that I don't like, I'll try to say something and I'll try to like push off that behavior as much as I can, basically.
Well, the thing is like he brought it up, like he was like, well, would you say this behind the scenes? And I was just like, I don't know, like I'm not gonna say that behind the scenes about like anybody really, like. Sure.
And I'm not sure, to be clear real quick, I'm not trying to single sneak go out here on anything. I was just saying
anybody that says that, anybody, because it's not just him. Like this is a thing that you'll hear in the gaming community a lot too, right? Like fucking like Pokemon, again, we agree, like she's done a lot of shit in her community. She's got how big of a following, she's got how big of like sponsorships and connections. It's like that stuff takes effort on an individual level. If you start like fucking downplaying that, it's just really shitty behavior. Like generally, it's like really, really just shitty behavior. So if you did that in the real fucking world, people would laugh at you and call you a retard. But you know,
well, online depends on where you're at. Depends on how traditional your workplace is. Like even in the real world, some places are still pretty fucked in terms of like how they treat women in the workplace. But it just depends on what's going on. But yeah.
That's why I'm glad the only ever like work experience I had was like contracting in like the tech field, and like it's all a sausage fest. There's like no women in the.
I don't know any job where you can get together with a coworker and then in front of customers or an audience start talking about another coworker that you'd want to.
Dog, I don't know if I'd be comfortable even doing that with a coworker. They'd fucking report your ass for the slightest thing.
I think it would really depend on where you're at. Like you guys are in like Toronto and Montreal, probably not. Like when I lived in like LA or here in Miami, probably not. When I lived in like Nebraska, dude, I remember there was a pizza place. I actually stopped going here, and I hate it because I liked it. I actually felt so uncomfortable. There was a pizza place, old like Italian dude, And I think he was a real Italian because they closed for like an hour in the afternoon so he could fucking nap every day. Like, that's how fucking traditional this guy was. Every 2 weeks, they had a new employee working the front of the house, and it was always like a 17, 18, 19-year-old, like super hot, boobied out fucking girl. And it was the creepiest shit. Every time I went there, I was like, how does this guy hire so many of these girls that are like so fucking young, like are obviously like hot? Like, it just felt really fucking weird. Like, I don't know, dude. When I see things like that, but maybe that's more of like a Midwest thing. Maybe that's not like maybe people more like liberal cities like don't act that way as much anymore, but it's hard to say. But yeah, I say it. Yeah, be careful.
Yeah, I don't. To me, it's just. I think more than anything, it's just lame. It's like if I want to critique somebody, I'm not like, would I fuck her or not? Or, I don't know. To me, it's just like just critique the ideas. Just keep it straight on point. Because then, honestly, it makes it very difficult to make your content palatable to an audience. And then at the same time, it's like it's not really germane. So who cares? To me, it's just such a waste of time. Sure, maybe you think it in your head or whatever, but I don't know. I don't think that everything I think in my head about an individual needs to be said online, nor should it.
Yeah, for sure.
So, yeah. I don't know. To me,
dude, you know the only video I've ever seen of you, Abba, is like the one where like H3 was calling you out.
Oh yeah.
Like, apparently he called you like a fresh and fit supporter, and then I was like,
bruv.
I was like, what the fuck?
Ethan, like
Ethan Decline.
That's the only one I watched.
I won't even give him any nickname. No, Ethan. It's just I never really consumed his content or was deep about it. The only thing I'd ever heard about him, for a long time was that court case he had, and I was like, dope. I think it's great for the platform, whatever.
I'm sad, dude.
But just hearing him talk about certain things like really irks the shit out of me, because I don't know why. There's two content creators that really get under my fucking skin, and it's Hassan and Ethan, and it's just ugh.
And they got a whole podcast together now.
Ugh. I can't do it. It's just and like Hassan brought me up recently because I guess he was like doing some research on fucking Fresh and Fit, and he saw me on the podcast that I did with them like years back before any of this stuff popped up, and he's like, "Hey, isn't this the fucking transphobe who I said was transphobic and turned out to be transphobic? Isn't that him? I thought he hated these guys. What's going on?" And I said, "There's no way that you and Ethan did the exact same shit." I don't know. And this guy just so casually just runs around, like call me a transphobe every day. But then you'll get on the Flagrant 2 podcast with dudes who hold the exact same fucking opinions as me and buddy up with them just because they got some clout. Like, the dude is such a...
The thing about like what you just said is like, so it's interesting. The first time I ever had like an encounter with Ethan, like actual beef, like this is how we like ever got into a fight, was because I fucked up and like made a misquote on him, right? So I didn't like listen to everything that he said. I misquoted and I made myself look like an asshole. But like fucking obviously ever since then, I've been like a lawyer every time I like look up somebody, like if I'm gonna try to look, and I know it just comes across bad with like Sneeko, but obviously in like a podcast when you got like 3 people shooting this shit is different. When I make like a dedicated like actual video on something like Andrew Tate or whatever, you gotta like look into something. This is the reason that like the Andrew Tate shit really wilded me out too. So